Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us on our Action 2 News This Morning live stream. That animation, overrated anyway, right?
Yeah,
We're just jumping right into it.
We are.
Give Big Green Bay is in the home stretch.
The final few
Such
hours,
an
right?
incredible fundraiser, 50 nonprofits benefiting from this. We've been following along all morning. The number just keeps jumping up as well.
I just pulled it up on the computer. Look at this. It is advancing. Right now, we just saw another donor.
Yep.
Over 3,800 donors. Over $2.3 million raised. So this is
just a $100 donation right there as well.
We're seeing it happen right there. So we have our Emily Byer out live this morning. She's been talking with different nonprofits. We had Kristen Allen out talking about this yesterday too. So we've been covering this. Want to go out live now to Emily. You've been busy this morning out at Johnson Tailgate Village.
Yeah, hey Tammy, hey Emerson. You know what's not overrated? Giving back. I love talking to all of these nonprofits. This morning I wanted to make sure that we chatted with some that were new to the campaign. So you saw them if you watched our morning show. We'll have their stories linked at WBAY.com so you can watch those interviews, but you learn so much more. The nonprofits in our community really are incredible, but I just want to kind of walk you through really quick first. This is the most important thing, is just how to go and donate. This takes you less than a minute, folks. So we have givebiggreenbay.org on our website. You just click in, click donate. You can go through again. You get all the results for the different nonprofits. You can see and click through. You know, AV Band, Community Band was one that we spoke to this morning. You just give them a click and you can scroll down. You can learn a little bit more about their story, how they got started. You can see each donation tier that they have and what that money would be used for and how it impacts the community. I do want to chat a little bit about them because Brent Husson, he's the president. He was sharing with us a little bit more about this band, and again, they're one that is new to the campaign, and so I was asking him a lot of questions. You know, to be in this band, you can be ages 18 to 91, I believe is what he said was his oldest current playing bandmate, and so they go and do these free concerts over at the Ashwaubenon Center, and it's free to the community, so folks can come in. And when you talk about the arts, sometimes for folks you may not be able to afford to go to a show, but there you can go and listen to live music for free. So that's what they use those donations for. He said that a majority of the donations go towards paying for the venues where they go and perform. So that's really vital for them. Again, and it's a band of roughly 79 members. He was telling me that they get, again, the variety of ages is what they see, but what I thought was really funny, you guys, this just killed me, but he was telling me about how for some of these folks, you know, maybe they're a little older, maybe they're widowed, and they're looking to engage with the community and have something to do. A lot of them are maybe former band directors, that kind of thing, but they all play an instrument, and sometimes some of these folks are widowed and they then meet their second lifetime love. And I just thought that was so precious that this little organization brings these people together and could possibly, I don't know, kind of, what is it, Golden Bachelor? Isn't that what they call it? So I thought that was so cute that was some of the stories that they are connecting. Because I said to him, I was like, what if we get some people that want to join the band here? And you start, you know, you start a matchmaking service essentially. And he got a real kick out of that because he said, he was like, yeah, they've had a couple that, you know, they're widowed and they're looking for something to get involved with the community, and all of a sudden, you know, the people around them playing the instruments, they start to kind of hit it off. So I thought that was really cute. Just lots of really great stories from all of these nonprofits.
They've got music covered for the second wedding as well, Emily. That's
yeah, right?
great. Lots of awesome organizations being covered.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah, they've got that. So many awesome organizations. We know CP, one of the nonprofits that benefits from this. We've got our big telethon coming up with them, of course, in just over a week.
And then, you know, like you were saying, Emily, so many nonprofits, many you've likely heard of, but then you had featured one earlier this morning in Pulaski. And the gentleman said, someone told him, been living in Pulaski for 30 years and didn't even know it was there. So a lot of them getting some notoriety there.
Tammy, could you believe that?
Yeah.
I was stunned by that. I was like, wait, in Pulaski? Because Pulaski's quite small, and I'm from a small town. So, like, everybody knows everybody. So when he said that, I'm like, that is huge. So just the awareness. Another really cool thing I'm glad that you brought him up, because Mark Heck, he is just, what a guy. He's just incredible. He's got the biggest heart. He was telling me about how since they started and since he's been involved with that pantry, they almost work like a little hub. They fit the needs of their community. And he shared with me, I asked him, I'm like, are you okay if I share this? Because this is just incredible that you guys do this. Well, since the war in Ukraine broke out, they have had an influx of refugees coming from Ukraine. And so some of these refugees were coming into their community, and they had maybe a backpack full of what they had with them, right? They could only take what they could carry. And their community, you know, the pantry, you know, it operates out of the school. So they hear about, you know, the students talk about, oh, a new student and who they have in their class. And they saw that need. So they were able to go and help those refugees be able to get food in their pantries, clothes, you know, if they had a baby, they got them formula if they needed that. So really just being, you know, just doing the work that they needed and being that central hub to connect to the community and make sure that everybody's needs are met. I thought that was the coolest thing, was how they're a pantry. That is their sole purpose. But when someone has a need, they come to them and ask, hey, do you know of more resources? Another person he said too, there was a sophomore, a mother who has a sophomore in high school and said, hey, I have just, you know, I've got to pay rent. I've got other things I have to pay for right now. I really just need help getting another winter jacket for my kid. He kind of, you know, it's a little run down. And he was like, you know what? I know somebody. And they were to connect with another organization and get him a jacket. And that is neighbors looking out for neighbors. And Mark was wonderful. And again, knowing that people in that community have lived there their whole life and maybe didn't know. I mean, just a world of a difference that they're doing.
That's right. It's the Community Pantry of Pulaski. Emily, I'm looking, they're at $17,590 right now. So more than 50 nonprofits. And then there's that $550,000 match from the sponsors. So on top of that, so right now, look at that, they're at 2.3 million, almost $2,400,000 this morning. Emily, thank you for your reports. Always interesting to learn about all those wonderful organizations we have here in Northeast Wisconsin. Again, it goes until noon today.
And say hello to Azul again for us as well. That was fun to watch that. We're going to check in with meteorologist Emily Mers now. She's in for Steve for the next couple of days. We're talking about the weather. Emily, it is a pretty cold start to our morning, but you can almost hear the seatbelts for the Wisconsin roller coaster. People are clicking in because it is going to be up and down and all over the place.
Yeah, really seeing a large variation, especially in temperature over the next couple of days. So kind of an overview here. We have some light snow that we're tracking today, more snow on the way for Saturday. All in all, though, between both systems, I'm expecting very minimal accumulation. And then in between, we're warming up today and tomorrow. Tomorrow also going to be very windy. That is all going to be bringing in that different air mass that of course will be fueling these warmer temperatures. So right now though, certainly not warm. Most of us are sitting in the single digits in the lower teens. We're at just 10 degrees here in Green Bay, 8 degrees for Antigo and Lakewood, 3 degrees for Marinette. So again, very cold start, but that won't necessarily be the case for the rest of the day. By later on, our high temperatures are expected to be near, if not above average. That puts us in the mid to upper 30s, especially across that southern portion of our viewing area. Several of those places could even make a run for the 40s today, especially if we're able to see some extra sunshine. Another driving factor today is going to be the wind. If you've been following along through the morning, earlier this morning we really saw no wind, and that was allowing our wind chill to be pretty much in line with our actual air temperatures. Now we're seeing just a few places with a bit of a breeze, and when it comes to these cold temperatures, any breeze is really going to knock those wind chills down. The good thing is though, the wind is really not going to peak until later today and tomorrow, and of course by then the temperatures will be a bit more bearable. You can see those wind gusts today increasing up to around 25 miles an hour. Tomorrow I expect them to be closer to that 35-mile-an-hour range. So check out these temperatures. Today we're in the mid to upper 30s. Tomorrow upper 40s, even making a run for the 50s for many places. That is going to be pretty short-lived though. From Friday into Saturday and Sunday, we're expecting to be back into the low 20s. From there though, looking a little more long-term, all of this upcoming week expected to be near, if not above normal. That's going to put us in the 40s for a longer stretch of time. So expect some significant melting if it's not already melted by then. So speaking of this snow, as I mentioned, very minimal accumulation. This is through today. We're expecting a couple tenths of an inch, if even that much. Right now on our radar, we're seeing just a few snow showers passing through the North Woods. All in all, these showers this morning have wound up being a little bit less potent than originally anticipated. We knew that they were going to be light, but a lot of these showers are really struggling to make it through this pocket of drier air towards the surface. So you can see this is 7 a.m. to around 9 a.m. We're still seeing a few snow showers passing through that northern portion of the viewing area. Door County likely going to see some minor accumulation. From there, we'll likely see some sunshine, then those clouds push back in by later on. We'll also see this back end of the system push through, and as that moves through, we could maybe see some rain mixing in with this snow. This is also when our temperatures will be floating around that freezing point. This should be fully out of here by around 6 p.m., leaving us with drier conditions for tonight and all of tomorrow before we move into some more snow on Saturday. So all in all, few snow showers today, otherwise seasonable. Temperatures will be in the 30s today, so near normal. We remain relatively pleasant overnight tonight with those overnight lows only in the upper 20s. And then tomorrow, setting up for a pretty warm day, we'll be seeing those temperatures in the 40s, making a run for the 50s even, and then a few more snow showers on the way for Saturday. So yeah, certainly buckle in because this is going to be a lot of variation over the next couple of days.
Emily, always appreciate you being with us on our live stream and with that roller coaster of temperatures. It's time to talk with Aisha. And the First Alert Safety Desk topic today, spring allergies. Even though it's not spring yet, we're feeling it.
Yeah,
starting to feel it.
You really don't want to wait until those symptoms arrive. According to allergists, though, now is really the time to start accumulating your nasal sprays on the counter and your allergy pills and all the things, your inhalers, all of that, especially if you're an allergy sufferer. And it's 1 in 4 adults that suffer from allergies and 1 in 5 kids who have allergies. So it does impact a lot of people. Obviously, we'll start getting that pollen out there. And this morning we want to talk about how it does start with trees. So if you have tree allergies like me, that's very early on in the season. Pretty soon here in the next few weeks. So they're the first to go. So you really want to start getting prepared again with those steroid nasal sprays. Allergists say, of course, they can help reduce inflammation, the swelling, the mucus, all the things, the fun things that we have to deal with allergies. Do that once a day and throughout the season. Start doing it now, though, if you're a tree allergy sufferer. Those, by the way, the nasal steroid sprays, those have to be done every single day, not only as needed for them to work, according to allergists. And then if your allergies tend to start a little bit earlier, it is okay to start those allergy pills now. If they are a little bit more of late bloomers, those symptoms, you can wait till maybe late April if you have maybe grass allergies, or if you're like me and you have all of it, you probably have to start all of it early. I have so many allergies.
Just be prepared.
Just be prepared in general. Obviously, you want to talk to your allergist about all of this, and everybody is different for sure, but this is kind of an umbrella, some advice for everybody. And then some more advice for everyone. Going outside when pollen count is the highest is what you want to not do. That's usually in the morning. Keep windows closed at home so that stuff's not going into your house or your vehicle, things like that. But yeah, if you're really sensitive, take a shower if you've been outside, been trying to take advantage of the nice weather once it gets here, but take that clothes and wash it right away and wash your hair so it's not lingering and impacting your allergies. And your pets too. Make sure they're getting more baths around the spring and summer season.
You know what I learned, and we have allergies in our household. A lot of people like to get the clothesline or dry things outside, right? You get that fresh air. You can't do that. Like your sheets, if you have allergies, because the pollen and stuff will stick. And so,
That's a really good
think
point.
about that.
I know.
Yeah,
such
you try
a
to
bummer.
be eco-friendly.
Right.
It's as simple as having your, when it warms up a bit, you want to open up your screen door and have the wind
Yeah,
come in.
I know,
and
and that's
not
hard
helpful.
when you have the allergies.
Even mold allergies, when we get these warmer days in the middle of
It's the
winter,
melt,
I don't know about you
right?
guys, but I start to get weird allergies. Like on Friday, I'll probably start sneezing a little bit. So just, again, talk to your allergist about your own situation, but just be prepared either way.
All right.
I love this story. This next story is my favorite one.
This is
from
my
this morning.
speed for a polar plunge. I just want to say, check out these preschool students in Chicago. Aren't they adorable? I just love this. Look at them dipping their toes in. This is a Catholic school transforming one of its classrooms into a frosty water oasis.
Yeah, they had a cool little tunnel to climb through. They got their pom-poms and their flags. The children dipping only their feet into the kiddie pools filled with ice. Look at that.
Their little
Oh, that's cold.
Still
Yeah,
cold.
that's still chilly. And this was a part of a fundraiser to raise money for members of the city's larger polar plunge teams. That event will be benefiting the Special Olympics.
Very cute.
Emily, you were supposed to do a polar plunge this year, and Mother Nature said no, no, no.
Yeah, exactly. It was
polar-like.
it was too cold for the polar plunge.
And that's got to be cold.
yeah, very, very cold. So yeah, a little bummed out on that one, but
Maybe next
There's
year.
always next year.
yeah, there's
Still,
always next year.
You're always in for a good challenge. You said,
I am
right?
always in for a good challenge. So
All right.
I'll leave that to you because I could never do that.
Me neither.
That's going to wrap up our Thursday here. Make sure to bundle up. We're up to 10 degrees. We're into double digits now. That's good.
getting balmy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be a heat wave out there. Have a good one, everybody.